Hello, my name is Casey and this is Real Life, Real Joy. Welcome to our channel. Today I thought I would give you a tour of our garden area. My husband actually is the main gardener. I just do a few things here and there and I eat the produce and sometimes cook with it. So I thought I would just show you what we have going on. So we have a couple of raised beds here. They're actually in our front yard. That's our house right there. So these are in our front yard. They're not too far away from the road. Here, these two little trees here are apple trees we just planted this year. So we won't get any fruit for a little while. And we have this little garden bed, which was actually already here when we moved in. This is Rebecca's garden. She is the only one who has planted in here and she takes care of it and she gets to pick the produce out. We had a few strawberries, which never really got much out of. She has a whole bunch of carrots, some lettuce, and then her pea plants. I was just looking and it looks like our peas are about done, or at least they're taking a break. We've had some hot weather. So now in this first large raised bed, we have a mass of green beans here. So we've got, I think there's different kinds. There's some small ones on the bottom and a bunch of climbing ones here. And you probably hard to tell, but there is one pea plant right here which has no peas at the moment. We have been enjoying the peas. Here's a row of carrots, and I'm not sure what my husband has going on in there. It might be a cucumber or a few more beans. And right here, I'm not sure. Oh, can you see in there? That is a rutabaga. Let's see. I don't know if you can see in there. Can you see that? It's a rutabaga. So here's a row of rutabaga. Then this right here is kale and Swiss chard. So that's kind of this big middle section. And there's something going over there. I'm not sure what that is. When we get around, we'll look at it closer. So these are all pepper plants. Most of them are spicy. I don't even know what this is that's growing here, but here is some type of squash or melon. And these are all the tomatoes. You can see a whole bunch of green tomatoes. There's a good one down there. So we have a whole bunch of tomato plants. Now the second one, I think that's an axe handle the kids were playing with. So here we've got some yellow beans. You can see we've had several meals of those already, and we've made baby food out of them. And here is a little bitty, these are itty bitty tomatoes. There's a whole bunch of random dill that just came up on its own. Here we have another large pea plant that's kind of starting to die. It's getting hot out. So this mass is all garlic, and there's something very wilted back there. I'm not sure what my husband planted there. I'll have to ask him later. And that big plant right there, I believe, is a ground cherry. And then let's see. This is a squash plant. Let's see if there's any. Ooh, yeah, there's a big fatty down there. See that fat yellow squash down there? Should probably pick that. So we have yellow squash and we have zucchini in here. Oh, yep, there's some more. You can see some more yellow ones starting to grow. There's another tomato there, and I think that one in the back there is a zucchini. I can see a little bitty one. And here we have a whole bunch of onions. Whole bunch. And then what's back there? I don't even know what that is back there. I have no idea, but there's a pretty yellow flower there. You see that? Under that green leaf. Huh. I don't know what that one is. Here's a couple more pepper plants. And over here, there's a cucumber down there. So we have cucumber plants. Oh, this right here is mint. Wonder what that plant is right there. So that is our raised beds. Now next to our raised beds, this right here in the middle is asparagus. We haven't eaten any of our own asparagus yet. It's still only a couple years old. We'll probably will next year. Then over there on the end is actually milkweed, which we're only keeping, hoping that a monarch butterfly will lay eggs and we can gather a caterpillar. And we just have some tiger lilies here. This is peonies, some irises, more peonies, some black-eyed Susans. These daisies are a weed. And then another big peony plant. Oh, and some nice giant prickers. That's great. So that is our garden area for 2018. Oh yes, oh yeah, now I know. These plants that were over here are broccoli. Can you see that in the sun? That is a baby broccoli right there. So we have broccoli there. Then we also have a plum tree that we just planted right here this year. It looks like it's doing all right. And if we continue walking around the house, we have some raspberries back here, which Kevin gave me a handful that he got off of it yesterday or the day before. So here we have a couple of play sets for the kids. This red one was already here when we moved in, and we brought that one. Back here is our raspberry bushes. See, oh, the kids were in here yesterday, so there's one that's almost ready, but it still looks a little white. All of them still look a little white. The kids really like to be over here, if you can imagine. There's one that's just about ready. Let's see if I can pick it. It's a little light. It's a little light yet too. So here's our backyard. This play area, our neighbor's fence are pretty close to us. I have a big maple tree. And then, if we keep going, we actually have a second garage here that we don't use much. It's not attached to our house. It's just a big garage. And if we go all the way around the back, which here I see my son's boots. There's not much space between the garage and the fence. This is a nice little lean-to for firewood. I wish it was on the other side so I could see the kids playing back here. That's our neighbor's trampoline. If we go all the way around here, we have more raspberries. Actually, this I think is a blackberry bush, which there's a few there. Oh, maybe they're raspberries. I think these are blackberries, yeah. Over here is more raspberries. Ooh, I think I see one I am gonna pick. See? Yum. I might get that one too. That one's probably could go a day longer, but if I don't pick it, the kids will. So we don't have enough raspberries to do a whole lot with yet. We just kind of pick them and eat them as they come. There's a couple not quite ready. So then we can keep heading back around. Here is the kids' dirt spot, which I think you've seen in other videos. Some tiger lilies. Over next to the garage, we've got some black-eyed Susan and some sunflowers. And there's a morning glory. You might be able to see a tiny purple flower right there. And then that's a bush, and this is our rhubarb, one of them. So you have a big rhubarb and a little one. The kids pretty much killed that one. We have a little dirt path here they ride their bikes through. And our last, oh, I totally forgot about over here. We have a few pots going too. This tomato plant right here is my most favorite. The tomatoes are so sweet. They're like the cherry tomatoes. There's a few that are ready. I think I've eaten 2 off of here. The kids have probably gotten a couple too. So that, and I don't even know what's in here. Some kind of vine thing. Could be a morning glory. And there's a little bit of oregano. Kevin hasn't really done much with these pots this year. The oregano just came up all on its own. So I guess we don't have much going in here, except this tomato plant, which is my favorite. And then if you look, that little bitty tree right there is a cherry tree, but we don't get anything off of it. It was almost dead. We thought we'd see if we could revive it. There was a few cherries on it, but we never even ate them. I think the birds got them while we were on vacation. And the last thing I was going to show you was our flowers. My mom gave me these petunias, let's fix that flag, that she grew in her greenhouse. And they've just gone gangbusters here. That flower back there is called a cleome. We have some zinnias, and on each side is an aster, but they're not open yet. My neighbor gave me some black irises, so I'm excited to see those. Of course they won't bloom until the spring. More cleome and these petunias. Look at this. I only planted 4 petunias here, and look at how huge and crazy they've gone. I have never seen petunias this big. Look at how tall this thing got. It's awesome. I love it. And I don't remember what this is. Something my mom gave me. But back here is another ground cherry. So these guys, can you see them? They're like the little tomatillos, but they're little. And that green paper will turn brown and they'll fall on the ground, and then that's when you know they're done. And we've got some junk toys on the ground. Just more flowers, irises, and peonies that are all done. Ooh, I better water that. Those are more irises. Zinnia, some coneflowers, and a big rhubarb back there. So, I hope you enjoyed our yard and garden tour. I'm sure I'll show you again. I hope you enjoyed it. Have a wonderful day.